My wife was working for the, in the airport, in the Pearson airport in Garda, and security. And then I realized that she has the talent to, to do the staging. And then after I become more successful, I told her, okay, please quit your job, come with me.
Please quit your job.
And then
no pressure.
No pressure.
No pressure.
So she came in on board, and then she's doing amazing things. She is my exclusive stager. I have a client of mine that his son was living in Ottawa and working for the Canadian government. And then she told me, Marius, I want to buy, because you made me happy when I purchased in Toronto. I want to make my son happy. Then he's living in Ottawa.
That's another thing.
So they sent me like 8 properties, and I told my client, I said, I'm Toronto, you're in Ottawa, I would love to come, but we have to be very precise. So from 8 properties, I choose the number 1. In his list was number 1. I went one day, I showed the property, they like it, and then we put an offer, we won. And then now, just a few days ago, they closed the deal. So he's an amazing guy. He trusted me. I went in Ottawa, like 400 kilometers away from Toronto. One day, done. So like right now, like I'm more like a sniper than a regular infantryman. So if somebody wants and really wants to buy something, they contact me. I promise them I don't lose their time, and then I will give an amazing deal in a very short period of time. So, but I start like a buyer agent for a few years, and then I switch it to the listing side. Now, because I switch it to the listing side, I get much more traction. And I realized that so many agents, they don't do the right thing. So they do nice photos, maybe they do some staging, but light staging, just they change the furniture, they do some decluttering. And I realized, you know what, I can do better. My wife was working for the, in the airport, in the Pearson airport in Garda, and security. And then I realized that she has the talent to, to do the staging. And then after I become more successful, I told her, okay, please quit your job, come with me.
Please quit your job.
And then
no pressure.
No pressure.
No pressure.
So she came in on board, and then she's doing amazing things. She is my exclusive stager. And you know what? I realized the agents, they know that, but they are afraid to invest in their, in the future. So what I did was I realized that when I did a staging for people, usually I hire third-party companies, but those third-party companies, they're very expensive.
They are.
They're very expensive, and nobody guarantees that house will sell.
Will sell, and you have to extend the contract with the furniture
and
company.
Then each month they pay extra money because the furniture was rented for another company. So I learned that if I have my own furniture and if I do my own staging, not only I make more money for my clients, but they don't have anything on their shoulders, because they don't have to pay upfront. They don't have to worry about paying monthly for the furniture that I rent. So in let's say 18 years, we invested more than $1 million in our furniture. We have our own warehouse. Now we have 2 vans. Just one came last week from Germany.
I just saw it. Congratulations.
It's an amazing van. I used to have a van 5 years ago, and now I have 2 vans. I have 2 big Sprinter Mercedes vans, like 20 feet. One is 17 foot, another one is 19 foot, I think, the last one. So they are, my network, like my help in doing the business. So we do the staging, we do one free moving before the sale. We do the free cleaning, we supervise contractors, we choose materials, we do a lot of things. So basically, when we are a boutique building, we have everything, and the people, they love that.
Of course,
they love that.
It's no headache, and it's the problem with the furniture is not only the costs, but sometimes you don't even like what furniture they have, right? Because I can see you are buying all the time because you want to be like in style. You want to be in trend. You are not just putting whatever bed or whatever, I don't know, table. It's actually very trendy.
Yes.
Always your picture are most beautiful. It feels like, honestly, a good idea would be probably to have like a magazine with staging, honestly, because every single house, your house, it's just amazing the way it's done.
You know, Felicia, I just tried to make a comparison between our staging and the other companies, the third-party company staging. So if you look at on MLS, you'll see that most of the companies, they're using gray, you know, like white, just black and gray and white. So it's like they don't have too many options. You know, this is the style. You know, like you know, gray. You know, but it's boring.
It is.
It's like if you see on the Canadian roads, you see just black cars, white cars, and gray cars. If you go in Europe, you see yellow, red, blue, you know, all kind of stuff. So we're trying to get much more colorful in our staging. So our staging is not gray and black, it's just white, it's red, it's blue, it's yellow.
I know.
So because Canada, it's you know, has 6 months of winter, and it's depressing.
We don't need more winter.
We don't
in the
need
colors.
more winter. we want more joy, more happiness.
Absolutely,
you know, more colorful furniture. So our staging is different.
Yeah,
it's different. The people, when they see my listing, they say this is Marius. It's nobody else.
Yeah.
So
and maybe you inspire people. As
I
well.
inspire people.
See,
yes.
You inspire people to buy this type of furniture.
Yeah, it's not about the house. It's how the house.
Absolutely,
you know, what kind of furniture has. And the people, they are more happy to come to see my listings. Absolutely. And I got more offers, and I sell for much an amazing price.
Yeah.
But I have strict rules, you know, like
you have boundaries, Marius,
yes.
which I recommend to everybody, honestly, because if people has boundaries, they set, like you said, rules. But if you respect yourself, people will respect you more. So it's good you have your rules by not accepting any, you know, maybe contract or accepting like suggestions. Of course, people are selling their houses, but if they want to put like a lot of input that it's not helping them selling the house, then it's you have to have a discussion and make like some boundaries, honestly.
You know, I agree. So when I started, let's say after 3 years after starting real estate in 2008, 2009, when I became a listing agent, but let's say 20% of the cases, or 30%, now I'm like more 60% or 70% listings and 30-40% buyers. But what I realized is, you know, in the beginning, I took all the listings. I was hungry. You know, like, you know, because I was in the beginning, and the seller says, you know what, Marius, you know, I want to sell this property. I don't want to do staging. I don't want to do that. I said, no problem, Mr. Seller, I will do it.
I do everything,
because I didn't have enough business, so I have to sustain my income. But what I realized is we didn't get the best prices because they didn't want to do such things. They didn't want to do staging and this and that.
It felt like expense instead of invest. Yeah.
And then I realized, okay, so I tried to convince them to do on their side. So I said, Mr. Seller, okay, we'll take it, you know, for a lower commission, but you have to hire that company for staging and that company for moving and that company for cleaning, etc. And then they said, no problem, we can do that. And after a few years, I said to my wife, why they should pay up front when we can take that expense is on our side.
Absolutely, yes.
and then help people with that. So we're starting, you know, buying furniture, trying to hire cleaners for our, you know, for our listings, and the movers, and so it was amazing. And then I said to Mr. Klein, Mr. Klein, you know, if you are working with us, you don't have to call me, you know, the cleaning company or the staging company or the moving company. You have everything on us. So they said, oh, it's a great idea. Yeah. So we start with that, and nobody is doing what we are doing. So, for example, you know, I use moving companies. I just give an example in the past, and I realized that, you know, they are not so reliable because they are booked in advance for 2-3 weeks. So if you need them, let's say 1 week from now, we didn't have any chance.
Yes.
So I said to myself, let's do that one. It was a tough decision. But we did it. So now, me and my son is a broker, real estate broker too. He's an amazing guy. We are doing all of this for clients. Like, it's personal.
Yeah.
You know, they're amazed. They said, man, like, you are so top producer. You are earning, like, I don't know, like a lot of money. but you're still doing your job right, and you help us. So they see us like such an amazing team, taking care of them and performing amazing results. So for example, when I use moving companies to declutter their places, to move their stuff, sometimes they hit the walls. You know, there were some workers that pay like 10, 15, I don't know, 10, 15 bucks per hour. They didn't care too much, so they you know, slashed the walls. They did some damages, and then I had problem with my clients. I said, Marius, you know, you hired this company and they didn't care about my house, and I realized, you know what, and it cost me more to repair the damages than the moving itself,
and also time and delay.
And I pay like I used to pay for, you know, clearing my name more than I pay for the moving, and say, what's the point? So
but you learned so much, Marius, from this, right?
I learned.
You learned so much, and it's the full experience. So if somebody hires you, it's not just doing the selling piece. It's pretty much everything, the full experience, and this is why you are getting repeat clients and referrals.
And then I have a very strict rule in order to take the best prices for my client. And for this reason, I became, you know, in a top 100 worldwide in Remax out of 150,000 agents, just because I realized that you have to have a very strict system. It's not working for everyone. Probably, you know, I go to listing presentation and I take just maybe 80% of the listing. So let's say out of 10, I take just 8.